Hi everyone! Today's class is going to be a foundational flow just to build some strength and to get your blood moving, get your heart rate up, and to just get you feeling good. So today we're going to start on our backs. So go ahead and lay down on your back. Bend your knees so that your feet are flat on the floor and let your knees fall in towards each other. You can place your arms wherever is comfortable, maybe down by your side, maybe one arm on your chest and one on your belly button. And just start to deepen your breaths. Take big inhales through your nose and slow exhales out through your mouth. So every time you inhale, take in as much air as you can. Then as you exhale, make that exhale last just as long as your inhale, slowly releasing the air. Do that a couple more times, feeling your chest rise and fall with every breath. Slowly start to bring your knees into your chest. Give them a tight squeeze and you'll start to feel some compression in your hip flexors. Then with one hand on each knee, start to rock side to side, massaging your lower back against the floor. And now keeping your legs together, start to draw circles with your knees. Just noticing how your tailbone feels against the floor. And you want to try to relax your legs, relax your hip flexors here. Let your hands and your arms do the work. Now reverse the direction of your circles. Massaging that low back against the floor. Good. Now start to grab behind your thighs, round your spine, bring your forehead up towards your knees, and start off with a small rock and roll, just feeling your spine against the floor. Eventually build up enough momentum to bring yourself all the way up to a seated position. And just find a comfortable position, sitting up nice and tall. Pull the crown of your head up towards the ceiling and push your shoulders down away from your ears. We're just going to take a couple head circles, so drop your chin to your chest. And then circle your head to the right, keeping your shoulders down away from your ears, moving slowly, stretching out all of your neck muscles. Finish up that last circle you're on and then reverse the direction, circling to the left. Good. Finish up that last circle that you're on and find your way to a tabletop position on your hands and knees. So in tabletop, you want to stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees and have the tops of your feet pressed against the floor. Push the palms of your hands down to engage your shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, cat pose. Tuck your chin in, tuck your tailbone in, and look at your belly button by curving your spine and pulling that belly button up towards the ceiling. Then inhale, drop your chest, arch your back, and look up at the ceiling for cow pose. Good. Exhale, round, curve your back, tuck that chin in. Inhale, drop the chest, arch the back, look up at the ceiling. Good. One more time, each position, curve the back. Inhale, drop the chest, and look up. Good. Now find a neutral spine. So have your spine parallel to the floor. Look at the floor in between your hands. Tuck your toes. We're just going to lift our knees off the floor for a hovering tabletop. So lift them just about 1 inch off the floor. Hold it. Inhale. Exhale. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale. Send your hips up and back. Find downward facing dog. And pedal out your feet left and right. We're just warming up the ankles and the calf muscles here. Then start to find some stillness here in downward facing dog. If your hamstrings feel tight, you can bend your knees. We want to try to get your heels as close to the floor as you can, and you also want to eliminate any curve in your spine. So lengthen out your spine. Think of pulling your sits bones up towards the ceiling, and without moving your hands, bring your chest closer to your thighs. Inhale, look forward at the top of your mat. Then exhale, walk forward until you're in a forward fold with your feet hip-width distance apart. Again, if your hamstrings feel tight here, you can bend your knees. Just let your head hang heavy. Nod your head yes. And shake your head no. Then grab opposite elbows, allow your torso to sway side to side, letting that head still feel super heavy. Good. Go ahead and release those elbows. Start to toe heel your feet together until your big toes are touching and there's a tiny bit of space in between your heels. Then bend your knees a lot, point your tailbone down, and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll up to a standing position. Let your head be the last thing up. And inhale, lift both arms up overhead by your ears. Find mountain pose. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Pull your shoulder blades together and down your back. Slightly rotate your pinkies in and pull your navel in towards your spine. Then exhale, cactus your arms. Open up your chest towards the ceiling. Take a small back bend. Inhale, lift back up to mountain pose. Exhale, leading with your chest. Dive forward into a forward fold. Then inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. Place your fingertips on your shins. Pull your head forward. Find a flat back. Then exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Step your feet back one at a time. Find high plank. Then shift your weight forward so your shoulders are past your fingertips. You can put your knees on the floor for this one, or you can keep them up. Bend your elbows, find chaturanga. Lower down to low plank. Stop at 90 degrees in the elbows. Flip your toes. Inhale, lift the chest, upward facing dog. Then exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Tuck those feet. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk the feet forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise, mountain pose. Reach those arms up overhead. Exhale, small back bend. Open up the chest, maybe slightly push your hips forward. Inhale, lift up, mountain pose. Exhale, swan dive forward, leading with the chest, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen that spine, pull the head forward. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk the feet forward, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. So bend your knees, lift your arms up by your ears, and you want to sit your hips back. Shift your weight into your heels. Lengthen your spine. Think of pulling your shoulders down your back. Make sure your arms are right next to your ears. Inhale. Exhale, stay here, maybe sink 1 inch lower. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, chaturanga, high plank to low plank. Again, you can take this on your knees or not on your knees. It's up to you. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flip the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Inhale, lift your right leg high. So lift that leg up and flex your foot so that your toes are pointing down towards the floor. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, round the spine, and then step your foot all the way through in between your hands to low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Lift your arms up by your ears. Stay up on your toes on the left leg. Bend that right knee, get nice and low. Pull your right hip back, push your left hip forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Look past your right fingertips. You want to spin that left heel down onto the floor. Bend in that right knee. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward with your right arm and bring your arms to a 6 and 12 position, looking up at the left hand. Have little to no weight in that right arm and maintain that bend in your right knee. Inhale. Exhale, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Again, have little to no weight in that left hand, just stretching that right side of your body. Good. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down onto your mat, frame that right foot, and then just step it back to meet your left, find downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high, flex that foot, point your toes down. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, round your spine, step it all the way through, find low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Lift that chest, bring your arms up by your ears, sink down in both of your knees. Pull your right hip forward, push your left hip back. Inhale. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Look past your left fingertips, spin your right heel down onto your mat, sink into that left knee. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, move those arms to a 6 and 12 position. Look up at the ceiling past your right fingertips. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, reach up and back with the left arm, stretching that left side of your body, little to no weight in that right arm. Exhale, spin the arms down, frame your foot, plant the hands, step back into downward facing dog. You big inhale through the nose. Exhale, release out through the mouth. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk the feet forward, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit nice and low, even lower than last time. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, chaturanga, high plank to low plank. Remember to stop at 90 degrees in the elbows. Inhale, flip the toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step that foot all the way through. Inhale, crescent lunge, lift the chest. Exhale, open up warrior two. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, plant the hands, low lunge, step it back, downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, step it all the way through, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, lift the arms, lift the chest. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, plant them, step the left foot back, downward dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk the feet forward, forward fold. Then slowly bend your knees all the way until you're in a squat. And then just sit back. And now, time to do some core. So, sitting on your glutes, have your feet planted on the floor with your knees bent. Grab behind your thighs, sit up nice and tall, reach your head up towards the ceiling, and then slowly hinge back. And then once you feel your abs start to engage, stop there and let go of your legs. Have your palms facing the ceiling, reach those arms forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, stay where you are or lift your feet off the floor. Again, you can stay here or you can straighten out your legs. Any one of these variations is good. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Keep your legs where they are. Inhale. Exhale, bring your arms up by your ears. Inhale. Exhale, bring your arms out to a T by your side. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, arms up. Inhale. Exhale, arms out to a T. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we're going to slowly lower down onto our backs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax on your back. Pull your right knee into your chest. Lift your forehead up towards your knee and extend your left leg long. So you want to have both shoulder blades off the floor. Your left leg is hovering over your mat. Then just switch your legs, bend your left knee, extend your right leg long, keeping both shoulder blades off the floor. Good. Switch the legs. Switch. And switch. Good. Keep switching the legs. As you're moving, think of pulling your belly button towards your spine, and you want to have no space in between your back and your mat. So flatten that back against the floor, pull your belly button towards your spine, keep the legs moving. We're going to do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the legs going, but add a twist. So bring your elbow to your opposite knee. And twist. 10 more. 10, 9, keep your shoulder blades high. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax on your back. Pull your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Good. Now grab behind your knees. Rock and roll a couple times till you're in a seated position. And then however you want, make your way to a downward facing dog. Once you're in downward facing dog, remember to pull those heels down towards the floor, melt your chest towards your thighs. Take a big inhale. Exhale, look at the top of your mat and walk forward into a forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, so bend your knees, bring your chest up, bring those arms by your ears. Then start to hinge forward, bringing your hands to heart center. So keeping your legs where they are, you're just going to twist to the right, bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee, and push your elbow into your knee as you look up towards the ceiling. And really quickly, just look down at your knees, make sure they're in line with each other, adjust as you need to, and then come back to that twist. So while you're here, thinking of sinking your hips nice and low, have the weight in your heels, push your hands into each other, lengthen and twist the spine. Take a big inhale. Exhale, stay here, twist a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale slowly with control, release that twist. Toe heel your feet out till they're hip width distance apart, bend your knees a lot. We're going to take gorilla pose. So bring the tops of your hands against the floor, bend your knees as much as you need to, and step on the palms of your hands. Then just start to shift your weight forward into your toes, applying pressure onto those hands, onto those wrists. Just get the blood flowing in those hands. Good. Slowly start to release the hands out from underneath your feet. Toe heel your feet back together. And lift up to chair pose. So same twist on the opposite side. Hinge forward at the hips, bring your hands to heart center. Twist to the left, bringing your right elbow to that outside of your left knee. Twist open to the left, look up at the ceiling. Again, check your knees, make sure they're in line with each other. Maintaining a long spine, keeping your hips nice and low. Inhale. Exhale, stay here. Inhale. Then exhale slowly with control, release the twist. Relax in this forward fold. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, plant your hands, step your feet back, high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Flex your foot, point those toes down towards the floor. Then exhale, bring your knee forward to your nose, step it in between your hands, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, lift your arms up by your ears. Again, make sure your hips are in line with each other. Then bring your hands to heart center, start to hinge forward. Twist open to the right, bring your elbow to the outside of your knee. Push your elbow against that knee, twist, lengthen the spine. It's the same idea as revolved chair. You're just lengthening and twisting that spine. Pull your head forward up towards the ceiling. Then slowly with control, release that twist. Plant your hands on the floor on the inside of your hand and toe heel your right foot out to the edge of your mat. If you want, you can drop this knee and tuck your toes and just sit in this lunge. If you are able to, drop down onto your elbows and just take this deep runner's lunge here. Let your head hang heavy. Relax into the floor. If this is too much, stay on your hands. Same idea though, let your head hang heavy. Just push those hips forward and down, relaxing into this pose. Slow down your breaths here. If you dropped onto your elbows, lift back up onto your hands. Then place your right hand on the outside of your right foot so that you can toe heel your foot back to the middle of your mat. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee off the floor, and step your right foot back to meet your left downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step it all the way through to low lunge. Lift those arms up by your ears, crescent lunge. Push those hips down, get them in line with each other. Hinge forward at the hips, bring your hands to heart center and twist to the left, bringing your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, pushing that elbow into the knee to deepen your twist. Keep your spine nice and long. Look up at the ceiling as you inhale. Exhale, stay here. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release the twist. Plant your hands down on the floor in the inside of your left foot. Toe heel that foot out to the edge of your mat. Drop your right knee, untuck your right toes, and find a deep runner's lunge here, either on your hands or your elbows. Just relax that head. Feel those hip flexors opening up. And now slowly lift back onto your hands. Bring your left hand to the outside of your left foot. Toe heel your left foot back to the middle of your mat. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, and then step your right foot back to meet your left downward dog. Then inhale, lift your right leg high. Then exhale, pigeon pose. Bring your right knee to behind your right wrist and place your right foot behind your left wrist. Then adjust your left leg however you need to so that you can relax the top of your foot against the floor. You can stay here on your hands with your chest up, or if you want, lower down onto your elbows and just sink into this pose. So you'll feel an opening up not only in the right hip but also your left hip flexor. Just try to relax all of the surrounding muscles so that you can sink deeper into this stretch without resisting. So relax your head as well, let it hang heavy. And return back to those deep breaths. Taking big inhales through the nose, and the slow exhales out through your mouth. Good, slowly release that stretch, bringing your chest back up, planting your hands, tucking your left toes, lifting your left knee, stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, pigeon pose. Bring your left knee behind your left wrist and your foot behind your right wrist. Adjust your right leg as needed. And just sink your hips down towards the floor if you want. Drop down onto your elbows, relax your head. Again, just let this stretch feel heavy. Stretching the left outer hip and also the right hip flexor. Slowly start to bring yourself up. Tuck your right toes. Lift your right knee and send your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk the feet forward, forward fold. Then slowly bend your knees all the way so that you can have a seat on your mat. We're going to do a seated forward fold stretch. So open up your feet to a little bit wider than your hips. Take an inhale, sweep both arms up overhead. Then exhale, just reach forward. You can grab onto your feet or you can grab onto your legs and pull your chest closer towards the floor, letting your head be heavy. So since we're stretching the backs of our legs and opening up the backs of our legs, you want to relax the front of your legs, mainly your quad muscles, which tend to be really tight. So just think of consciously relaxing those quad muscles, opening up the hamstrings. Slowly lift up until you're sitting upright. If you need to, scoot forward on your mat so that you can lay down on your back. Once you're on your back, grab onto your right knee, extend your left leg long on the floor, and then pull that knee in towards your chest. Now open up that right knee. Think of pulling your right knee towards your right armpit and squeeze it in nice and tight, compressing that right hip flexor and also stretching that right inner thigh. Now using your left hand to grab onto your right knee, pull that knee up and over to the left side of your body and look over past your right arm. If you want, you can use your left hand to pull your right knee closer to the floor, but you just want to relax into this twist, feeling that twist in your spine, in your lower back, releasing all the tension that you're holding onto. Feel free to close your eyes at this point. Now slowly release that twist. Now go ahead and switch out the legs. Pull your left leg into your chest. Extend your right leg long. Squeeze it in nice and tight. Then open up that leg, squeezing your left knee towards your left armpit. Compressing the left hip flexor, opening up the left inner thigh. And take your right hand, place it on your knee. Bring it up and over to the right side of your body. Then look over past your left hand. You want to have your left shoulder on the floor, again sinking into the twist. Slowly release the twist. Pull both knees into your chest, give them a squeeze to neutralize your spine. Then find happy baby. So you can grab behind your thighs, behind your calf muscles, or the outer or inner edges of your feet. And you want to be super passive here, so allow gravity to do the work. Just open up your legs, surrender to this pose. Now if you want to add any movement, you can try rocking side to side, or maybe try straightening one leg and then the other. Do whatever feels good to you and do whatever your body wants you to do. Slowly start to bring your legs back in. And now, curling yourself into a tiny ball. Now bring your knees into your chest, bring your forehead up to your knees, and squeeze those legs in. Now think of squeezing every single muscle in your body. So squeeze your arms, your legs, your hands, your feet, your face, your toes. Squeeze super, super tight. And now just release everything out on the floor. Find a comfortable position here for Shavasana. You can take a long one, you can take a short one. Just relax everything in your body. So now, think of doing absolutely nothing. If you're holding on to tension, let it go. If you're thinking about something else, let that thought pass into your mind and then let it go. Just do absolutely nothing. All you want to focus on is breathing. Now feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like, but if you're ready to move on with your day, go ahead and reach your arms up overhead. Reach your toes forward and make yourself as tall as possible. Stretch like you just woke up and you're taking a big yawn. And whenever you're ready, roll over onto one side, finding fetal position. And then once you're on your side, use your hands to push yourself up to a seated position. And once you find your seated position, get nice and comfortable, sit up nice and tall, and close your eyes. Bring your hands to heart center. We're just going to take a couple breaths together. Take a big inhale. Fill up the chest with air. Exhale, release. Another inhale. Exhale, release. One more inhale. This time hold your breath at the top. Hold your breath. Before you exhale, sip in a little more air, expanding the chest. Then exhale, release. Bow forward to seal your practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. My name's Amanda. That was a basic foundational flow just to get your body moving. Hopefully you're not going too crazy staying in the house. Just keep moving. Do something that's creative to make you happy. And yeah, stay healthy, stay safe. I'll see you guys next time.